News Today. Please subscribe to view the latest news. This is breaking news today.
Hillary's sickening sexual secret just found on her laptop, investigators took. This week, New York Police Department detectives and sources who worked on the underage child pornography case against Anthony Weiner confirmed the laptop, which was seized from the former congressman, contained proof that Hillary Clinton did, in fact, know he was engaging in a long sexual relationship with a minor and did absolutely nothing to alert any state or federal authorities to protect the 15-year-old girl. Not blowing the whistle on the serial sexter allowed Weiner to keep sexting the minor child for approximately another 4 more months. While crooked Hillary Clinton was busy campaigning to be the next president of the United States with Weiner's wife and right-hand woman Huma Abedin, Weiner was at home busy sending the 15-year-old online porn and divulging his sick rape fantasies to the minor girl. And to make matters even worse, it's been confirmed that Weiner also apparently talked on the telephone with the girl multiple times during this time. Fox News reports. Anthony Weiner scandals, from politics to sexting cases. Anthony Weiner sentenced to 21 months in prison. Former congressman pleaded guilty to sexting with 15-year-old girl. Former Representative Anthony Weiner rose to fame with an impassioned speech in Congress in 2010, only to be taken down by a scandal that involved sexting multiple women for years. The former New York Democratic congressman reported to prison on Monday after he was sentenced to 21 months in prison in September on federal charges of sending sexually explicit messages to a teenage girl. Weiner, who openly wept as the judge read the sentence, is being held at the Federal Medical Center Devens in Massachusetts. He was also ordered to register as a sex offender. A 15-year-old girl in North Carolina told the Daily Mail in 2016 that she and Weiner exchanged explicit messages for months. She claimed that he asked her to film herself undressing at one point. Prior to sentencing, Weiner agreed to not appeal any sentence between 21 and 27 months in prison. He had faced up to 10 years in prison for the charge of transferring obscene material to a minor. From his start as a politician and marrying political staffer Huma Abedin, to the first reports of his sexting scandal, here's a look at Weiner's time in the spotlight. July 2010. Weiner and Abedin, who met in 2001, got married in New York. Former President Bill Clinton officiated the ceremony. That same month, Weiner, who was a Democratic representative at the time, gave a moving speech on the House floor after a bill to provide aid to 9/11 emergency responders failed. Weiner gained notoriety and soon started becoming a known name in the political world. May 2011. The first photo of the scandal, a picture of Weiner in his boxer brief with a bulging crotch, was posted on his Twitter account with about 40,000 followers. Weiner first claimed his Twitter was hacked. Abedin was secretly pregnant with their son at the time. June 2011. Weiner held a tearful news conference on June 6, fessing up to the tweet. "To be clear, the picture was of me, and I sent it," Weiner said. Weiner announced he would be taking a leave of absence from Congress on June 11. A spokeswoman said Weiner was taking the time to seek professional treatment to focus on becoming a better husband and healthier person. 5 days later, he officially resigned from Congress. He held a news conference in Brooklyn, New York, and apologized for his actions and the embarrassment he may have caused. December 2011. Abedin gives birth to their son, Jordan Zane Weiner. May 2013. After being out of the public eye for nearly 2 years, Weiner announced he was running for mayor of New York City. In the video announcement, Weiner, Abedin and their son appear to be a happy family, putting the scandal behind them. "Look, I've made some big mistakes and I know I've let a lot of people down," Weiner said in the video. "I'm running for mayor because I've been fighting for the middle class and those struggling to make it for my entire life. And I hope I get a second chance to work for you," he added. "We love this city," Abedin said. "And no one will work harder to make it better than Anthony." July 2013. A website published screenshots of alleged conversations that contained explicit photos between Weiner and another woman. Weiner, with Aben by his side, held a news conference on July 23 where he admitted to the sexting. Despite the revelation, Aben stood by her husband's side. "What I want to say is I love him, I have forgiven him, I believe in him, and as I have said from the beginning, we are moving forward," Aben said. September 2013. Weiner lost the mayoral primary, landing in 5th place. Bill de Blasio went on to win the Democratic nomination and the election. May 2016. The documentary Weiner opened in theaters. The film documents Weiner's roller coaster career in politics and highlighted the scandal. Aben, at the time, was one of Hillary Clinton's top campaign aides for the 2016 presidential election. August 2016. The New York Post published a story about more explicit texts the disgraced politician sent starting in 2015. One of the photos showed Weiner, in his boxer briefs, in bed with his toddler son by his side. The next day, Aben announced the couple was separating. "After a long and painful consideration and work on my marriage, I have made the decision to separate from my husband," Aben said in a statement. September 2016. The Federal Bureau of Investigation and the New York Police Department announced they were opening an investigation into Weiner after a 15-year-old girl told the Daily Mail the former politician sent her lewd messages starting in January 2016. The exchange continued for months. October 2016. The FBI said it was reopening its investigation into the private email server of then-Democratic presidential candidate Hillary Clinton. The FBI discovered the emails while looking into Weiner's laptop during the investigation into the sexting case. May 2017. Weiner appeared in federal court in Manhattan on May 19 and pleaded guilty to a charge of transmitting sexual material to a minor. "I have a sickness, but I do not have an excuse," Weiner tearfully said during his apology in court. The judge told him he would have to register as a sex offender. Weiner agreed to not appeal any sentence between 21 and 27 months in prison. On the same day, Aben reportedly filed for divorce, 9 months after announcing their separation. September 2017. Weiner was sentenced to 21 months in prison after his lawyers argued he should be spared from prison in a Manhattan federal court. He openly wept in court as the judge said he was also sentenced to 3 years of supervised release, ordered to pay a $10,000 fine and required to forfeit his iPhone. His lawyers referenced letters that attest to his character, including one by Aben. "With Anthony, I have repeatedly found myself in circumstances I never imagined. I am devastated by Anthony's actions, and I understand he must face their consequences," she said. His lawyers referenced Anthony's operatic self-destruction, describing his crime as the final act, born of deep sickness. But they also blamed the girl who Weiner conversed with, saying that she had a goal to affect last year's presidential election as Aben worked for Clinton. Weiner's lawyers also argued that he never purposefully sought out teenagers on the internet and didn't engage in predatory behaviors. He responded to the victim's request for sexually explicit messages not because she was a teenager but in spite of it, the lawyers said. The couple also asked a judge for privacy in their separate divorce proceedings. While their lawyers met with State Supreme Court Justice Michael L. Katz, Weiner and Aben chatted casually, according to the Associated Press. October 2017. A conservative watchdog group said the FBI found about 2,800 government documents pertaining to Aben's work with Clinton on Weiner's personal laptop. Those documents were reportedly sent to the computer by Aben. This is a disturbing development. Our experience with Aben's email suggests these Weiner laptop documents will include classified and other sensitive materials, said Judicial Watch President Tom Fitton. November 2017. Weiner reported to prison to begin his 21-month sentence. He is being held at the Federal Medical Center Devens in Massachusetts. The facility in Ayer, about 40 miles west of Boston, has an inmate population of more than 1,000 at the medical center and over 100 more at an adjacent minimum security satellite camp. It's the same prison that once housed Boston Marathon bomber Dzhokhar Tsarnaev. Now, this is the part that's truly sickening. Instead of rescuing the minor from the sex-obsessed predator Weiner, Hillary Clinton, who was the fake Democratic presidential candidate at the time and the eventual frontrunner just waiting to be crowned president, counseled her longtime aide Ebn to end her relationship with him. Because of the bad publicity and the fact that it could effectively harm her campaign. Not because of the well-being of the minor. Clinton and Ebn apparently discovered Weiner's sexting with the minor in April of 2016. By that time it had been confirmed that he had already been texting with the minor for months. The champion of women, Hillary Clinton, and Weiner's own wife, Ebn, did absolutely nothing to stop the abuse of the minor. Instead, they conveniently decided to remain quiet. At least she didn't refer to this poor girl as a bimbo as she did with all those women who accused her husband back in the 90s. What do you think about this? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. Don't you forget like, share and subscribe American News Today channel. Thank you for watching.